Thank you for joining us here at Ask a Historian. I'm Matthew Wilkinson, historian with Heritage Mississauga. And each week we invite you to send in your questions and we'll explore the fascinating stories of the city of Mississauga together. This week, we're excited to be joined by Tahir Qureshi from the Meadowvale Islamic Centre, and we'll explore the fascinating story of this new house of worship that is soon to call Mississauga home. Joining me this week on Ask a Historian is Tahir Qureshi, and well-known in Mississauga in many circles, and a man with incredible community involvement. And central to our conversation today is around the soon-to-becoming Meadowvale Islamic Centre in Meadowvale, right here in Mississauga. And so thank you, Tahir, for joining us and taking some time. I know this project is near and dear to your heart, and I really appreciate you taking some time with us this week.
Thank you very much, Matthew.
So
you're welcome.
I'm a historian, so I'm always curious how things come to be. And so the Meadowvale Islamic Centre, I know as an entity, was born over 15 years ago in 2004 as a name, but the shovels have only been in the ground a little over a year now. And so I'm wondering if you can walk us through kind of how Meadowvale Islamic Centre came to be in terms of the idea, because I'm assuming this idea within the congregation is much older than the actual plan itself. So how did the Islamic Centre come to be and to where it is today?
Well, our Meadowvale community is a small community, and unfortunately, we don't have any place of worship in that area. Being a Muslim, we practice 5-time prayers daily. This is not exempt. It is a must, being a good practitioner. We also go on Friday, which is very known, Friday prayers. Once a week, we go from a smaller mosque or musalla to a bigger mosque Friday. Then you are also known about Eid, the word Eid. Eid al-Fitr after Ramadan, or Eid al-Adha after Ramadan is finished, then is a sacrifice. It connects with the Hajj, where people know about it. If a Hajj is performed in Makkah and Arafat, that time people who did not go to the Hajj, they sacrifice the goat and they do the spiritual things anywhere in the world. Okay, so the community youth actually got involved into it, and they were thinking about doing some center there. And as the community put together the idea that we don't have a place of worship, we have to go far away to go to place of worship. So why don't we convert this idea into a Meadowvale Islamic Centre? That why on 14 or 15 April 2014, 15 April 2014, the MIC was formed. And people start working on that. I got involved as a volunteer and donor. But then by 2008, October, the community appointed me as an ad hoc chair to put together the ideas and challenges that we have in the community. Because when you are building a project, something like that, these are the fundamental and basic need of the community to worship. Other religions have special days. They go out on weekends or Sunday or things like that. Ours is regular. We are required or encouraged to go to a mosque if possible. But because of our working environment being in Canada, we're working out. So therefore we cannot attend the mosque. So we are supposed to pray anywhere, any ground, no matter where it is, as it is clean. You don't need a mat or nothing. You just pray 5 times a day. So idea was that we have seniors, we have children. They need to be educated, and our sisters, our mothers and wives, everybody has to come and pray. And there should be a proper protocol. And without having a proper place of worship is very challenging. And we've been using schools and churches to go out and pray carrying mat, because we have to use normal mat. We don't have any chairs like you see in a church place. So we can pray anywhere. We have prayed under the sun, in the grounds, and when the things are occupied. So this was the basic fundamental needs of our community. So our community, I'm very pleased that all team members, they were beginning involved with this. When I became a chair and I brought all the team together, they are all still with us even today. They are the biggest donors. They're the biggest committed individuals volunteering. You go to, I mentioned to you to go to mici.org. You see those professionally donating time, money, and effort, keeping this alive. Imagine you are managing a complete working church that is moving every day one location to the other location. Imagine the pain, the logistic that is required. Plus, our MIC team is the very aggressive volunteering and charitable activities that we did in Meadowvale Islamic Centre on behalf of that. So we have the name, we have the charity, but we have no place. So we are the biggest donors we are the biggest when they need funds, fundraising for food banks. Eden Food Bank, they wanted one time a truck to carry the food. The old truck broke down, and we raised money for that.
I remember that.
If you remember that, right?
I do. I was a supporter of Eden Food Bank as well. My kids went to the daycare there many years ago, and I remember when the truck broke down.
So if there is a blood donation, there is a charity, there is a disaster, anytime, we are blessed to have such a committed and dedicated directors and trustees who are helping day and night. You know, I am in part of the team. I am the oldest person in the management. Okay, I've been chair of ad hoc committee. I've been trustee, and I've been president. And we've been, we're going through various process, and we have to buy the second property in order to make it access to the traffic, because this was concerned. So we bought second property in 2010, I believe.
Yeah.
And we bought it cash, and our community is so dedicated, and people put together pools, funds, so we pay cash for that. And then we started the application process, because we have to pay out the people we borrowed the money. And can you believe it? This all project interest free. No money borrowed with the interest.
That's incredible.
And paid cash for it. At that time, I have to step down as a trustee because I own a real estate company, and I have to negotiate the deal with this dentist who was next door. So I did not charge him listing price. I did not charge city, our MIC, that is volunteering only, and no money to change hand. And we closed this deal. I believe later part in 12 or 13, something like that. Then we start working on application to the city. We have to create site plan, design everything. We hire Glenn Chinar and Associate, biggest planner, because there was one land was R1, which was where you can build your mosque. The other one was a D, because the dentists who owned that property wanted to do development, and the city asked them to give some land back. He abandoned it. So the zoning was changed from R1 to D. And it cost us almost $300,000 or $350,000 to change it back, because of bureaucratic process, and also our counselor that in that area was not so helpful at that time. And she's doing her job, But so it cost us money. We got it restored, and I believe was the August 3rd that we submitted application to the city for approval. We went through very lengthy process. It took us, I think we got the approval in 2015 sometime. And then there is other agreement we have to go through it. And a year before, I think this is 2019, we got the building permit. And we signed the contract with the Stallion Construction Group. And because it was in October, so winter was coming.
Right.
So we were supposed to start construction in March 2020, and then coronavirus hit us.
Yes.
So our goal was to finish the project in 2 years, and time has been wasted, but we did the project. As of today, we are done with the foundation, and underground, a lot of facilities already completed. Right now, the contractor is backfilling it. This is why I was asking you, if you ever want to know about the project, they can go to MICI Facebook. And every last Friday of each month at 7 p.m., I give live community project update. Two reasons: we cannot allow them to tour the site because of COVID restriction. Number two, for the safety of the visitor. They can always walk on the sidewalk outside, but not to the site. So this way, this gives them two things. We're getting them to know that their money is being used for construction. Number two, they can see the progress and feel good.
Right.
And that's what's happening for the last, I believe, 8 months or 9 months, I did episode on this, and people appreciate that. They actively participate, ask questions. I am very hopeful by beginning of first week of June, they will see the rise of the steel structure that you can watch from outside.
Right.
It will have a two benefit for us. One is that we're feeling that is moving. Second thing, people can visually see the rise of this mosque from outside. That gives us a lot of momentum.
Yeah.
In this Ramadan, even though COVID, our committee, our directors and trustees, and our volunteer raised $350,000.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. In this environment,
Yep.
when we have a difficulty to raise more than 100,000 a month, they raised 350,000.
That's incredible. And you can, like you said, when you see the spire, when you see the building rising, it's a lot easier to celebrate a building you see than a foundation you don't.
Yeah. See, we did some underground facility, Caltech and all that. The cost of $400,000, but nobody sees it.
Exactly.
So I get a lot of pressure from the director and trustee. Just for the record, I am an honorary director of and chair of Meadowvale Islamic Centre Project Committee. Okay.
Right.
And the elected directors, there are 3 trustees and 5 directors. And they are on our website. And
everything's on the website too, and we'll put links to the website in your weekly.
So I'm a great honor that the community trusts me, the board director trusts me, and they continue want me to help and do the project. And we have core team in our project committee. We have 2 professional engineers, P&G. They are registered right here and dealing with many projects.
Right.
And we have other engineers, and we have they are involved with various experiences. So we also have 3 layers of project management. First is the contractor is responsible to manage the construction, because this is the site. We have a signed contract CCD-08 on October 26, 2019 to start the construction in March. Okay. So they're responsible for quality control. Then we have hired a consulting company that does inspection and testing on behalf of our Meadowvale Islamic Centre to make sure that the contractor is performing the work. Okay. Then we have in our contract, our architect, he is a consulting engineer. He's designated as consulting engineer to approve projects, progress, acceptance, and payment on our behalf. So he is the one who's appointed contact in legal contract terms. Then we have our own PC team. It's called Project Committee Team, which is MIC. A couple of days ago, I think the Saturday they went there. We check because we have engineers. We go and see what contractor is saying and claiming is being done. because by doing this, we are saving a lot of money for the charity.
Right.
Because these are professional engineers. We go and verify it. We have an invoice. We look at the work. We look at the drawing to see what he's saying, what he's done. And we have almost paid out almost $1 million since we started the project. So if you go to the site, I can share some video with you also. And you can see that we are really moving toward progressing. And that's the day I see that fundraising even become more convenient and easy when people see the rise of this masjid.
The excitement rises.
It's rising. And I asked the builder to make sure that the structure that people can see from outside, we give a priority. So there is approval process. There are submittals. They are submitted on a regular basis. Architect that approved. There's a coordination with the civil engineering. We have a mechanical, electrical, and all those consulting engineers who are involved with this project.
Yep.
When we did the site plan approval. So there's a lot of coordination work. Sometimes I cannot do my own work because we have to coordinate and check things out. So this is, but I tell you, I'm very pleased that our team, we have a young, dedicated, committed professional. They're all professional. Everybody is in their own field and they are dedicated. And this is the day we open this mosque. I remember we have a couple of meetings we attended with the city council about orientation and consultation in the neighborhood. I told them that the day this mosque is built, your prices of your property will be rising amazing. People are saying, if you remember, there was Johnson, he used to talk about bad things about us. Right now, at that time, the property of those houses were about $250, $300. You're lucky you can get it for $1 million, those 60 years old house now.
I'm not too far away and I know.
Yeah. So and reason I say this is that I think I used to say that the blessing will pour from this blue sky around this neighborhood. You guys have no idea what this means. And right now, all the property around the property, people who have sold, they've got the best dollar for their money. Right. And it's keep growing again. And so we are now at the verge of, our goal is to finish this project by end of December, 2022.
2022, okay.
Our goal is to see if we can finish it's called building envelope, closed building envelope end of this year. If everything works out, we don't have any lockdown, the contractor performs on time. Yeah. Because construction, sometimes shortage of material, so many things involved with it. Yeah. And this is where I am trying to keep, on behalf of our committee, we have a few names that I want to mention. Brother Faisal Kareem is a trustee. Brother Saleh is engineer. Brother Wahid is engineer. Brother Tahir I, he was a vice president. He's a director now. Brother Shoaib Imran, he was a trustee and president. These are all people. When I started, Brother Shoaib was my vice president. And he's been a two-time president and two-time trustee. And now he's part of our project committee. And Brother Jamil Rashid is also a trustee, but he's now injected into the project committee. So everybody is volunteering because I pray for them because, and time is money. Yes. And our president is Aman Khan. The treasurer is Brother Rashid. There is Brother Ashraf Chaudhry. He's a director and joint secretary. I think there is another brother. So we have directors young now. They're taking over from us. And trustee, we have a Jamil Rashid, Muhammad Mueed, and also Faisal Kareem. So all these people are from the day one. And as you know, it's very difficult to recruit volunteers. So I have all black hair when I started it, and you can see I have no hair. And I tell you, it's very difficult to manage a charity. It's very difficult. People, you cannot say go away or something like that, because they're giving you 1 cent. You have to respect that. That's a charity. So I am very, very blessed. I am so honored that God has given me the opportunity to work with our community as a team. I do not take no credit for nothing. It's all teamwork. All team. We are all together. And always I tell people who give donation, I raise funds with people. I say, we are companion of building this place of worship. So what good best friend do you have? We are like a family. Honest to God, we are like a family. If I need anything, I remember one time I was moving and I needed some help. One of the trustee, he came and he helped me to move credenza in my house. So anytime you ask, they go out of the way to help each other, and that we love and respect so much.
You referenced earlier your own idea of the metaphor of what community means.
Yeah, it's common unity.
Common unity.
When we talk about the community, I always says we have to have a common unity. We must have, and this is what we have applied that. And I tell you, we have discussed this when we designing our masjid and concept of the building. I believe that lots of people in the Western world don't understand the true virtue of Islam. It is because people like me or all of us have not done a good job in educating people. So first of all, we got too much busy making money, building houses, building businesses, things like that. And the blessing that comes to us from our virtue and faith, we totally ignore that. We didn't spend time on that. So the focus was in this particular was creating our youth and educating them the true virtue of Islam. So it enlightened their soul and spirit inside them, so they become good Muslim and be responsible Canadian citizen. So they are able to talk about, when we talk about religion, they be able to talk about religion in the context of Western world and democratic society. They're not to get angry or upset or things like that. Like where we are, we have experience. I have personal experience that me and Aman Khan, who's the president right now, we went to Eden Church one time and we Christmas time we went, we gave them money, funds and donations and cake and everything. And one of those congregations, they gave a standing ovation to us when I spoke there. And she mentioned to me, why you are different than the other people? Why are you guys different? I said, no, we're not different. The message is the same. It depends how the message is delivered.
Right.
So it all has to do with the message, how you deliver it. And I'm telling you, with our team that we have at Meadowvale Islamic Centre, you have all the names there.
Yeah.
They are amazing, dedicated, committed. Everybody's working. So that's why I told them I am going to focus on project. And we are waiting for the day to realize that when we have a peace of mind, when we are able to, spiritual healing, when you go out and you pray, our worship style is very simple. We have a carpet, or we have a board, or we have a floor, we can pray. It doesn't need anything. But people, make it nicer for the place of worship. So we are waiting for the day we start praying there. And that is a dream come true for our community.
I think it's, we're all going to see this building rise. Like this is going to become a landmark in this community. I think that's fascinating to think about a new landmark. But can you tell me a little bit about the symbolism in the building itself? You have the tall tower, the spire, and the dome. Do they reflect on important elements within a house of worship?
Actually, the minarets are a symbol, architectural symbol of Islamic history. Okay, place of worship doesn't have to have that.
No.
You don't have to. It's just a symbolic, being a Muslim culture society. You have seen Makkah, Haram, and Medina, place Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, his mosque. This is an Islamic architect that you have to have. But necessarily, in order for me to worship my faith, I don't have to have that.
No.
We can do that. Now, because it will give access to everybody to pray 5 times instead of praying at home, we go together to pray there. Even though I am here, I live in Credit Mills, and I have to go all the way there. I will attempt to do there, if not 5 times, at least 1 or 2 times to go there. Or maybe when I downsize, I buy a house there because I really want to, go there and pray there. And beauty is that it connects. We have, in the evening, we have a multi-purpose hall where children will play and pray. And that's the whole idea. When I was talking about is that spirit, we as a Canadian have a responsibility to work for our society in general, to give back. Same thing, this is for my community that I am giving back for that purpose. So this is why we are doing this.
It's incredible to see the project, because I understand the time.
And then we are creating a opportunity our youth to play and pray in this center. So we will have a multi-purpose hall where we are going to look after kids. There are 3 schools behind our mosque, and they will come, pray, play, and pray, and go home. So they are being taught true virtue Islam and become a good Canadian citizen. Because we need to, what is human? And I wrote some articles about a different thing. It's about thinking. In Urdu, we call Soch. Soch means thinking. Your thinking triggers your attitude, your behavior, your progress, your prosperity. Good or bad behavior is part of thinking. So this is way beyond the faith that we have kind of tried to put in a concept there, that we need to change the thinking of our children for the future. We have the best scholars, highly educated imams who will be teaching them. We will be inviting doctors in Islamic virtue to come and teach them good ethics, morals, being a good citizen. We've been doing so many interactive faith dialogue with many communities, but we could not invite any of them to our place because we don't have a place. So this gives us opportunity to bring Jewish, Christian, Hindu, Sikh, everybody to come and meet us because we have a place. We can welcome them. They welcome us.
Right.
And we couldn't do it because we don't have it.
Well, I am looking forward to the day, and I mean, COVID will determine the timelines, I guess, but when the doors open and you welcome people into your home and share the step of the journey that you're on in terms of, finally having your own home and your own place for the congregation to gather. I mean, that's going to be such a big moment for your congregation. It's just to be rooted in the community.
I can witness this there over 10 years ago when we were raising funds to get rid of the debts and all that stuff. Many older people have passed on.
Right.
Okay. And I promised them that if I live long enough, we work as a team, because I was connecting with people. We will build this place of worship. Actually, it's not me. It's God is going to build this worship for us. Only thing, we are instrument. He has chosen us, the president, the vice president, the treasury, trustees, everybody, me as a Honorary Director, Chair. God has chosen us to do it, and He's using our energy to build His own place of worship. Put it this way, we are no one. I can be removed tomorrow. I finish this conversation tomorrow, I'll be gone. But this legacy is a great opportunity in lifetime. In our faith, we call Sadaqah Jariyah. That means it continues blessing to you even you are departed. I used to tell everybody, I have a tagline I use: you take with you what you leave behind, your good deeds.
Yep.
You take with you what you leave behind, your good deeds. So this is a good deeds. I remember when I used to say, God, accept our prayers. And I remember Amar Khan, who's the president right now, he's like a son to me. He said, Brother Tahir, why you say that? You are already chosen. You are doing it already. It's already blessing that you are helping to build this with all this team. We, all of us, been selected already. So once we started this process, whatever sin that we carried in our life, we will be forgiven. So because, because the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said that if you build a house of Allah in this world, He will build your house in Jannah. And it's a faith. It's a part of the faith. And it's all volunteering, no compensation. All directors, all trustee, our team, free. We charge $1,000 an hour when we go out to work. But it's all volunteer. It's been a long time. And I tell you, the day this will rise, you will see. I remember I cried when we got our charitable status back, and the day it is built, unbelievable uplifting our community. It restored the dignity of our community, and I do not want to see any more moving around mats on our shoulders, praying for it. We don't complain. It just gives us a more motivation and a commitment, the passion that we all have to build this. And I welcome you to join our monthly community project update on Facebook. I show you that. Yep. You like the page and you can see that, and ask any question and we'll show you the actual work actually.
Well, that's a perfect note to wrap our conversation up, and that we will share that link to anyone watching this episode to also join in and follow along. And just to hear as a fellow Mississaugan, as a resident of Meadowvale myself, thank you for everything that you have done, everything you continue to do, and I wish nothing but success for the Meadowvale Islamic Centre. I look forward to watching the building grow, and I look forward to visiting it when you have doors open and we're allowed to visit. And
oh yes, everybody is a God's house. Everybody is welcome, and this is where we have to educate. I have lots of things that in process where if I'm allowed to volunteer and educate people, connect people, because we did not have our own facility. United Church, the Western Church, West Church Center, Father Jeff Brown, everybody will cooperate with that. We rent their places to raise funds, giving back to society. Even a counselor needs some help, or food bank, or blood donation. We are involved. Or you go to the Qureshi Valley Hospital, raising millions there for the Qureshi Valley Hospital. We are every step of the way with our community. We want to make sure we have a very pleasant environment where we are able to give more. Imagine the day is built and all those volunteers who have been arranging and moving around things are free to help our community, because we already don't have to move anything.
Yep. And
we will be very well. I think everybody knows about it, and we are also very thankful to our council and Mayor Bani Krami for their support, and we're hopeful that you and everybody else will be invited to come and see. But in the meantime, you can join our monthly Friday evening face up project update, and you will learn firsthand and see the growth and building of the project.
I will do so, and I look forward to it, seeing it with my own eyes as well as it moves. So with that, we'll wrap up. I thank you so much, and continued success to the project, and welcome home, hopefully soon.
Thank you very much. God bless you. May God bless you. If there's anything I can do for the heritage, more than happy to help you. Okay.
Well, as I hope we can do this again and explore the project as it comes to fruition. So
sure, absolutely. Thank you very much. May God bless you. May God bless Canada. Thank you.
Thank you for spending some time with us here at Ask a Historian. And thank you also to Tahir Qureshi, the Honorary Chair of the Meadowvale Islamic Centre, for exploring the story of this new house of worship as it comes to call Mississauga home.